By the way, Wickstrom, who just jumped in, Christopher, he is also an indie game developer and a streamer on my stream team.
I'm afraid the worst has happened. Operation Global Remedy has failed, and we are looking at a vast depletion of the Earth's resources.
Should we engage on our final backup plan?
This astronaut is the only chance humanity has left for survival.
Are you aware this is a do or die mission? Once we launch, there's no turning back.
We have no choice. All mankind depends on it. Please, deliver us the moon. Deliver us.
Please. Deliver us. Please.
Deliver us. The moon.
Deliver the moon to me now, he says. Bwom. So now, the first question that we all had last night, Christopher, is this going to be a 100% story-driven game, or is there going to be kind of an open-world aspect to it as well? Is it going to be linear? I mean, the demo is fairly linear, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Let me get my stuff ready. But it seems there's going to be obvious survival elements. I mean, my first time playing it, I didn't realize I had to manage oxygen and ended up suffocating while I was just wandering around the station looking at the pretty things. Is it going to be primarily a linear story-driven game, or is it more of an open-world story-driven game? Okay, open world. That's great, because that was like one of the first things that people were worried about, was it was going to be another great story, but linear story-driven. As soon as you leave the WSA base, ending of the demo, you get to explore the vastness of the moon in any way and direction you want. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's good. Since the game is going to release episodically, the world is slowly going to get bigger and bigger. Cool. Now, I need to change some settings on the game before I start playing it. This is something we discovered last night. Fortunately, we are well aware of how alphas and whatnot work. So, I did notice one thing right away. Every time it loads a new sequence, it resets my graphics settings. And I have to change it from full screen to full screen windowed for streaming purposes. Otherwise, it'll cause issues with my capture card. That's a common problem for streaming games in general. Depth of field on, full screen off. New zones, bases, and loads of new stuff are going to open up for you. It's also going to keep the game spicy for our astronauts. Exactly, yeah, that's all good things. VSync disabled, because we want to see how well those frames get. All right, now let's run Borderless Gaming, and it should make it full screen for me. There we go. Okay, that flickering is... Did you by chance use... Is this the Unreal Engine that you're using? Or Unity? Either one of those two? Okay, so we open up the game and we've got a dock. This is a cool little mini game. And the first thing everybody commented on was the music. The music is awesome. It really sets a great mood all the way through. Unreal 4, okay. Yeah, that's why I'm having these problems. Unreal 4 engine has these issues with it likes to take control of DirectX in a way that makes streaming rigs uncomfortable. Yeah, both Unreal 4 and Unity. There's certain problems that when I encounter in a game, I can tell it's probably built in one of those two engines. So the docking minigame, I hope that's kind of a something that we'll get to see more of, because I like the way that played out. So let me adjust the brightness on stream so it's not so dark. If I can. There we go, that should be better. First or third person? Yeah, that was another question people had right away. I'm not a fan of third person view myself. However, one of the things I did like about the third person view is it shows off the animations on the astronaut. And, yeah, or middle mouse button. But you can't hold it. Yeah, you got to hold down the button to stay in first person view. But it shows off the animations of the astronaut, and the animations are so well done. You really get a sense of weight to him. Like, you can tell he's walking around in a bulky suit. Yeah, the clicking sounds are my keyboard. Yeah, I got a mechanical keyboard. But, so yeah, we get on board the station, and it's shut down. Everything's offline. This is the space elevator down to the moon. Oh yeah, the whole thing looks slick. It's really pretty. Very atmospheric from all the way through too. The atmosphere is amazing. I love it. But like these views, look at that. That is awesome. So what I'm doing right now is I'm powering up the station so that I can power up the space elevator. Now my understanding from the story is the station was essentially abandoned, and now like it said, you've come back to try to fix things and save humanity. So there's no power over here. Oh, last night I kept expecting a xenomorph to jump out and get me, Christopher. This is the oxygen recharge. I assume this is the oxygen recharge station. It says refill, and you back your backpack up to it. Either way, I make sure I hit it every time I walk by after that first game where I asphyxiated. Look at this. Look at that view. That is so awesome. Now, is this going to be purely single player, or will there be any like a co-op aspects or whatnot? Because of reasons, yes, circumstances. Okay, so since I switched that power switch, I should probably go back to the area that was blocked off to me. I like how you can actually see like it's lit up over there from power going on. Initially single player. It would be great if you guys could come up with a way to make it co-op in the future. I could see myself having a lot of fun with friends in this one. Oh, can't go that way. Going back. Bouncy. Now, do you guys have a targeted release date right now? So is this where I came down? No, it's not. So I'm going to go... I love the look of this, though. It's a combination of like the aesthetics of Alien and the aesthetics of real space stations. Yeah, I fully understand that answer. Like I said, we're all Star Citizen backers here, so we've come to understand the complexities of developing a game and how it's hard to give an estimate on anything. Sometime in 2017? Nice. I will say one thing about this game that I immediately wanted to do and found out I couldn't is I wanted to interact with everything. I love this view right here. Look at that. That's awesome. Another question people had last night is, what about VR support? Are you looking into that at all? And here's where I got the crap scared out of me last night. And this is cool. This was so cool, Chris, when I realized that once the atmosphere had been sucked out, the sound was reduced. I lost gravity. I was now running at 1/6 gravity. Everything got slower. That was so awesome. It's those little details that we love. I think I'm going the wrong way. Now the sound's all muted. Everything's slowed down. I'm at 1/6 gravity. That was awesome. Of course, that initial panic of getting sucked out. Super ultra mega bouncy. Again, I love the animations on the character. It looks very fluid, very natural. Did you guys use motion capture for the animations, or are these just really good animators? Yeah, it's 90 FPS minimum. Yeah, that's usually what they say. Okay, now we're going to run into a bit of a problem. This is a problem with Unreal Engine that I'm going to have to manually fix, and that's that when it resets the graphic settings, it's also going to take away input from my stream machine briefly. So it'll take a second to reset the settings while it loads. There's that flicker. That means it's... Yep, and you can see it now going wonky. So let's go. We have a really talented intern who rocks. Yeah, I guess you do. We kill Borderless Gaming and relaunch it, and that will bring us back to full screen. Yes, and this is a common problem with Unreal games in general, Unreal 4 games in general, especially when we're using capture cards. So, why have I not got audio back, though? That's weird. I should be having audio.
I see a Martian.
There we go. Ninth Circuit Overlord, thank you for the follow, and may your forehead grow like the mighty oak. Hello, iNukes everything. For those of you just joining us, Chrisopher Jambor here in chat is the business strategist for KeokeN, the makers of Deliver Us the Moon. So if you have any questions about the game, feel free to ask him. Now, I'm not entirely certain what these things do. Turning them off or on does, that is. Because I turn them on and I can't interact with them, and I'm not sure if they affected anything in the rest of the world. Once again, notice that we got audio back because now we have gravity again. We have atmosphere. And we're no longer bouncy, bouncy. Once I figured out how to do this last night, this will be a lot faster now. So I got to get that little guy right down there and put him on that pedestal and then power it up. Oh, gotcha. They're just there to... Okay, I see. And here's my instructions. Put the droid on pedestal, pedestal lifted up, activate the power poles. Last night I spent quite a lot of time running around in circles trying to figure that one out. I do like, though, that I had to figure it out. It wasn't a complicated puzzle, but it was a puzzle that we actually kind of discussed and thought about in chat before we figured out how to do the whole power thing. The hints were obvious. It just wasn't obvious what they were hinting at. I like that. I hope the rest of the puzzles retain that level of not too complex, but complex enough that you have to think about it. We did run into a problem, though, where I did not realize there was different modes for the gun thing. And I'd accidentally turned off electric mode. Also, we had the ASE bot following us around before he was active, and it kept freaking me out because he just teleported all of a sudden. So now I use the electrical gun to open up and power up the bot's pylons. Going the wrong way. Yes, I like that a lot. Do not put mission objectives in. Some games need them, other games don't. This game should not have them, in my opinion, because it adds to that feel that you're going for of you're all alone and you need to figure this out. That's the shadow of the gun, Inukes. Here. Shadow's gone. See? It's because the flashlight is shining on the gun. The music right now, it just seems like something's about to attack me, or shit's about to go down. Now this was also a little bit annoying. When it loads the next scene, it for some reason defaulted to the gamepad inputs, even though I don't have a gamepad. So it took me a while to figure out which button was switch items. Let's shoot some more doors. And I'm guessing that eventually there's going to be some form of ammo or recharge necessary for this little power gun. Yeah, so somebody in my chat last night said, especially at this particular point in the music, that's exactly why. Because, in any 80s horror movie, when this music kicks in, you know shit's about to go down. And there's my little robot buddy. Come here, little robot buddy. So yeah, last night, before I figured out how to power up the pylons, I had gotten him on his little pedestal. And I couldn't figure out how to power him up. And so I wandered around looking for some other hint. And he kept teleporting behind me as I walked around, even though he wasn't powered up yet. Kind of freaked me out. Swarms of killer robots. Well, and again, I don't know anything about the game more than what has been said here on stream, but We do know, based on the story that there is some sort of conflict going on Earth. So that could be part of the thing too, is that maybe other astronauts are sent up as well. Ooh, and now we're out of atmosphere again, so we can do super ultra mega bouncy. Let's turn off the flashlight. Let's holster the gun, because this is a cool shot right here. All I want to know is, can I electrocute another astronaut with my electric gun here? This is such an awesome shot. Look at that. And that's pretty much the extent of the demo right now. But like I said, you guys can see the atmosphere they're going for. I love it. I know a lot of my viewers definitely loved it. And now we get the flicker. Let me quit out of it. Yeah, there is gravity on the moon. I mean, it's 1/6 gravity. So, you know, what is the average weight of a person? I'm trying to think in kilos. But yeah, it's beautiful. I cannot wait to play the full game. I have a feeling there's going to be many, many hours of joy out of that game. So let me refresh this really quick. We love you guys. We love. Here's the thing, you know, and Star Citizen definitely kicked off this resurgence, but yeah, actually, here's the website. You guys need to go to the website and enlist as an astronaut. Star Citizen kicked it off, but I mean, we went through a long period where space games just didn't exist. You know, I mean, we had Mass Effect, we had the X series, but the X series was pretty in depth and deep. But really, there was no major space games, and the publishers didn't want to do it, and so it took the indie developers out there to step up and say, you know what, we're going to start making these games. People want these games. And we're so glad you guys have been doing that. You know, we had Frontier with Elite, Hello Games with No Man's Sky, CIG with Star Citizen, you guys with Deliver Us the Moon, and there's so many coming out now. And we're all excited. Dual Universe, dressed up in their spacesuits. Personally, I want to shower you guys in keys. That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's your team right there, right? Is that pretty much all of the main team? I'm the guy with the arms crossed like a pro. There you go, repping the repping the game right there.